Hello, budgeting family and friends. My name is Shirria. This is the LovetteMcc channel. Today I'm walking you through my November week 3's budget. We're going to look at what I planned, what I actually spent, and how things actually turned out. Let's dive in. But first, if you're new here, my name is Shirria. My husband and I are on a 6-figure debt-free journey. We started our journey in October of 2023 with $305,884 worth of debt. On this channel, we are documenting and sharing our progress with monthly budgets, weekly budgets, debt updates, quarterly net worth updates, and because I am an entrepreneur, I do also share the income that I was able to earn in my private practice. If that sounds like content that you are interested in, be sure to subscribe so that you do not miss a video. Let's dive into November week 3's budget. So we are budgeting weekly. Our budget for this week started November 14th and it ran through November 20th. We are paid weekly. My husband is paid on Thursday. I am paid on Friday. And we budget from Thursday to the following Wednesday. The income for this week was planned at $1,800, but we actually earned $2,055.47, which was an extra $255. My husband, we had planned $850 for him, but he actually earned $950.73. And we had planned $950 for me, although I always earn $1,104.74, which again brought our total income to $2,055.47. For savings, we had planned on saving $210, but we actually saved $295, which was an extra $85. We had planned $50 for me in my high yield savings account, and for this week we actually saved $50 for me. We had planned on saving $50 for my husband, and we actually saved $100 because he forgot to do his $50 from the week before. M1 investments, I had planned $0, but $10 actually came out, so I must have the weeks mixed up. For Christmas, we had planned $25 and $75 actually went into our Christmas sinking fund. $50 was for Christmas 2025 and $25 was for Christmas 2024. My son got his regular $10 for his college plan or college savings. We had planned $25 for my daughter, but we are still allowing her to use our American Express card. So the $25 per week goes towards the card to cover any of her expenses. And we are still paying $50 per week for my son's barber school. We have a balance of about $1,800, which I plan to fully pay off by taking the savings as well as the income from my full-time job and just squaring out that balance. But again, that brought our savings to $295. We transitioned over to bills. Bills were planned at $457.68, but we actually paid $584.36 in bills, and that is because a bill came out earlier, which I did discuss in a previous video, or maybe I discussed it on my TikTok page. I don't quite remember. The weekly bill that we always pay every single week is our mortgage at $333, and that is automatically drafted at that amount. We had my husband's cell phone, which is $58, and we actually paid $58 because that is also auto drafted. Music and arts was budgeted at $41.63, but for whatever reason they took $46.63. So I'm not sure if the monthly fee has increased, but I haven't received any notification. Planet Fitness is $25.05, and $25.05 came out because that is also automatically drafted. And Foremost, which is the insurance for our investment property, was supposed to come out on the 22nd or the 21st, but it came out in this pay period. So $121.68 is what increased our bills for this week from $457.68 to $584.36. We transitioned over to expenses. Expenses were pretty low this week. We had planned $546.15, which was what was low, but we actually spent $688.86, and that was with $226.49 in groceries. We had planned a $150 budget. Gas, we had planned a $125 budget, and we spent $88.01. We had planned $25 for beauty maintenance, but I did not spend anything. $0 for my son's hair, $0 for toiletries because we're pretty stocked up. We had planned $66.15 for household, but again, we didn't spend anything there. Fast food, we had planned $50 and we only spent $33.85. Date night, we had planned $0, but we actually spent $100. My husband and I were both craving Texas Roadhouse, so it was just us and we went to Texas Roadhouse. Our bill was actually $85 and then we tipped up to $100. Miscellaneous was planned at $80 and we actually spent $140.51, and we will review those transactions down below. And then home projects, we had $0 in the budget, but I took $100 out. I think I shared in a previous video that the income from my full-time overnight triage job goes solely to debt and savings. I do save 10%, also tithe 10%, and then the remaining goes towards debt. The income from my PRN job is for debt, savings, and home projects because I am tired of just working to pay debt. So that is what brought our actual expenses for the week to $688.86. Transition over to debt. Debt was planned at $749.69, and this is just debt minimums. And so the minimums that are included in the budget are minimums for our credit cards. Even if the credit cards do not have a balance, we do keep the minimums in the budget because we snowball that amount to a target debt or another debt. So for the minimums for this pay period, we had $40 on my state employees credit union credit card, and I do have a balance. Like I said, we do cover my daughter's transactions. And then we had $208.09 on the Sam's Club card, but that is because we do a huge haul every month, and then we take the household budget and we divide that in 4, and we pay that every week on the Sam's Club card. We also had a minimum payment of $29 on Best Buy, but that has a $0 balance. And then I had to pay $182.40 on my PayPal card. Now my PayPal card does have a balance, but we're not paying it off. We just pay the interest accruing balances. Then my car loan payment is $184, but before I refinanced with the credit union, it was $250.20. So even though the $184 is withdrawn, I do also go in the same day and make a principal payment of $66.20 to make the $250.20. So that brought our actual debt payments to $867.50. We go over to the budgeted versus the actual, and this is not accurate. We did not actually have a rollover. We went in the negative, I want to say, this week. No, this was not the week we were in the negative, but I don't think that this amount is accurate. But the income was planned at $1,800 and we actually had $2,055.47. The income saved was planned at $210 and we actually saved $295. The income spent, which is the combination between bills and expenses, was planned at $1,003.83. We actually spent $1,273.22. And the debt paid was planned at $749.69 and we actually paid $867.50. That left a leftover remaining balance of a negative $163.52 and an actual remaining balance of what really was a negative of, I want to say it was it was probably $160 some because I ended up transferring $200 out of my Christmas savings account into our checking account to cover that balance. And then when I got paid the next day, I did move the $200 back into the Christmas fund in addition to the $25 that we had planned to save anyway. We go up to the breakdown, and in the breakdown you can see 12.1% of our income went towards savings, 24% of our income went towards bills, 28.3% of our income went towards expenses, and 35.6% of our income went towards debt, which is what I like to see. And then because we were over in the miscellaneous category, it's no need, I mean, the grocery category is self-explanatory. We bought groceries. But in the miscellaneous category, it looks like I had $11.36 in miscellaneous, but I didn't document what that was. Coffee syrups from TJ Maxx was $29.15. That should have gone in groceries, but it didn't. Oh, $100 in clothes. We bought clothes for my son for Christmas, and that was $100, and that went into the miscellaneous fund because we haven't taken out, we haven't started or developed a clothing fund. We probably should. So that is it for November week 3's budget. Let me know if you have any comments or questions about what I'm budgeting, how I'm budgeting, or why. Also, be sure to share your budgeting tips or a favorite budgeting tip that you like to include, and how did your weekly budget or bi-weekly budget go? Also, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you would enjoy following my debt-free journey and you enjoy these weekly and monthly budgets. That is it. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.